Weeks End with Rab and Graham knows. What up, Golden Girl?
Hey,
Golden Girl.
I
Golden Girl
have a
plus
message
the
for
robot.
everybody today. I got a pan down, not too far, but stay golden, everybody.
Stay golden.
Stay golden. That's the message of the day. I don't know about you, Graham, but it is like 100. It's like 117 degrees here in North Carolina.
Yeah, it's not too much different up here in the Massachusetts Bay Colonies.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I hope everybody's staying cool. But I was missing you this week, buddy.
I know. I was missing you too, buddy. I was on very short vacation down in Connecticut, of all places. I went to Niantic in Connecticut with the family. And it was...
did some water...
It was really cool. We stayed in this little cabin.
Okay.
Which the owner described as 1953 with Wi-Fi. And oh my God, were they totally true. This little cottage literally looks, nothing in it has changed from 1953. It still looks exactly like 53. Had the strongest Wi-Fi I think I've ever seen because there's like nothing in the walls to block it. So it just worked like a charm. And but it was fun. It was fun.
Nice.
I missed you too, buddy.
Well, here, I got something for you.
Not really.
I got something for you. So check this out.
Drinking.
Well, this is really how. So the backstory here is Graham and I, we don't like to be apart. That's why we do this silly stream show. But
that is why.
Here's the latest entry.
BFF. Oh,
the latest entry in the me at work while Graham's on vacation. So this, for people that don't know about this, I think Graham, you started this, but
I did.
Every time I left the office, I would get this tweet or a post, on social from Graham of him like in utter depression. So we have like a whole series of these.
It's me at work while the Rab is on vacation. I'm always like depressed and sad. They're always black and white. We used to shoot them at the office in Littleton, and now I have to shoot them by myself in here. But they look like this, and this is great. Look at Banjo and R2 and the child.
Well, I had
Boba Fett.
I had
Where'd Boba come from?
Had to keep the creative process going somehow, and this is all I could come up with. But this is work from home.
In the world.
Work from home. All right, man. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Did you see my reply? You got me at work and most definitely not on vacation. Look at ready.
Well, here's the thing. Your vacation was so short that I couldn't even get my photos out before you came back. So that says something.
I gotta work, brother.
You got bills. I get it. You got them bills to pay. I get it. I get it.
I got them vibranium bills to pay.
Vibranium don't pay for itself.
So you've got your Golden Girl shirt on, and I have what completely looks like pajamas on. I can't believe nobody asked me today. It wasn't until later that I realized that this Optimus T-shirt, by the way, Transformers #1 comic book right there, by the way. But it completely looks like I'm wearing pajamas, and I can't believe nobody was like, Graham, thanks for coming to the meeting today. Did you just not get dressed for work? But it's actually.
Do you think people are keeping score now? Here's what I've noticed. And I think this might need to be in wave 4 of our work from home life posters somehow. But what I've noticed is people are going in opposite extremes. You have some people that are like you that are like on the verge of putting on footy pajamas, and then you've got other people that are like trying to look.
They're like still dressing like they're going to the office.
Well, no, they're like upping their game, like putting on suits and acting like they're in a fake office and like all this, all this stuff. And I'm just like, wow. I mean, whatever gets you through the day.
Now take it one step further than that, Ryan. I wonder if we have now seen like the death of business casual. What's going to happen when we all go back to work? You think everybody's just going to start? Well, first of all, let's assume we go back to the office and
right.
That actually happens someday, which it will, right? I mean, whatever.
Eventually.
Post-COVID. But when we all go back, are we all just going to like put on our business cash again, or like suits and ties? And
that's a good question.
Or like what I used to wear, the industrial shirt with a t-shirt and jeans. I mean, like, are we just all going to go back to the way it was? Or are we just going to roll in like with, t-shirts and pajama shirts and just be like, "What's up? We're Golden Girls." Look at you
Well,
with your
I
Golden
have
Girls. Look at
seen
this.
so many people saying that we can't go back. Like people
We
don't want to
can't
go back.
Not going
No,
back.
not that we're not going back to the office or that there won't be a new sort of whatever balance to like work, travel, and all that. I'm saying there are certain parts of our daily routine now that are actually a good shift, right? A reset, if you will. So I think some of this is going to stay with us. Hopefully.
I think you're right. What else you got for me, buddy?
See.
What's next?
All right, man. Let's get into it. So this is just a quick footnote item. But today marks the 51st anniversary of, well, this is the date that the Apollo 11 astronauts landed safely back on Earth. But IBM gave a shout out, and this is just near and dear to your heart, my heart, because we were, we loved celebrating this milestone and all the cool stuff that we're doing.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
The Saturn V had 5 forward gears and only 1 reverse gear. That's why it's going backwards slowly in that GIF. That's a true story, by the way. That's a true story.
Love it. Well, here's one
Saturn
thing.
V ain't going backwards, baby.
Here's another thing that I'm excited about, and I know you're excited too. And I think you and I should talk about having a special Weeks In stream next week.
I think we should.
The countdown to Mars has been happening for a while. I mean, we've been
yes, it has.
We've been tracking this story for at least a couple of years based on what we do in our day job. But the world is now going to witness Persevere, the rover that was named, I think by a student, right? Is going to go to Mars next week.
Yeah, by a student.
Or start the journey.
Start the journey.
Start
Very
the
excited.
journey. So NASA,
I'd go. I would go. Would you go?
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
go.
Oh yeah. Totally.
I don't even care if it ends up like a Martian, like Matt Damon eating.
I think
poop
potatoes.
Wants
like,
to
I'm
go
in,
man.
Because
feed me the poop potatoes. I'm in.
Oh, I
That
also
sounded
saw. I believe that there were 2 other countries that launched Mars missions this week. So everybody's trying to get to Mars. It's a hot place.
I hear you.
It's a hot place.
It is a hot place. It's a hot potato. Hot poop potato.
So they're doing stuff at the space station too. But this one,
yep.
I just like that they talk about microfluidics.
Ooh.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds a lot cooler than.
Say it again.
Microfluidics.
Ooh, I like that.
So the experiments that continue to go on the space station are really cool, even though all of the recent press has been around the new cargo, mission, all the stuff around SpaceX. But I geek out about the science.
Hold on, I'm on the space station right now. Can you tell?
Oh, really?
I'm doing my zero gravity floating. It looks like I'm in Leominster, but I'm actually.
Can you bring me back some Tang?
Whoa,
I'm running low.
Oh, that's not true. I'm just in my office.
So
I mean,
I've got a question for you, Graham.
Okay.
How many webinar invitations do you believe you got in your inbox, all of your different email inboxes today?
12.
Okay. I would say we're all suffering from webinar fatigue. However, I found the coolest webinar related to space that I could think of. I stumbled on this. It says, join the fictitious Athena mission to Mars, and it's a Mars disaster simulation webinar.
Okay, I'm going to need this link.
Yep.
And some poop potatoes, because I am going to this one. I'm not letting that joke go. It's going to be
amazingly enough,
the whole time.
When you look at the webinar experts that are going to be on hand, there's no one that has poop potato in their title, but there is someone that's in charge of the Space Junk podcast, and there's a professional Martian.
Oh, well then I'm in. That's it. I'm in.
So I don't know if there's like a time travel. I don't know if that's like a time travel thing or what, but this looks interesting.
Yeah. I need that link and I need to register.
How do you say this word, by the way? Flegramontes. Am I saying that right, or am I butchering it?
We'll go with that.
Okay, cool. Well,
probably
tune in, folks.
Flegramonts.
So this one,
probably just
August 6th, August 6th. And it takes 2 hours to simulate a Mars disaster. That's what I figured out from this.
All right, bring your friends.
Yep.
And some poop potatoes. All right. I'm telling you, I'm not letting it go. What's this?
This is interesting only because I don't know. So here's a bit of
show, dude. Wait, no,
what's that? Social commentary of the day. So if you click on the Med Bikini hashtag on Twitter, you're going to see a lot of medical professionals who aren't going to take it anymore because they have personal lives too, and they want to be seen as people. So they're tired of being shamed into not, like, I guess, playing by the rules. So this is one of the trending stories today, which I just thought was interesting.
Okay. All right.
So I think we should start a tech dork in swimsuit.
If you tell me we're going to start a tech Keeney post, I'm not doing it, brother. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see
nobody wants to see
in
that.
action.
All right.
So
talk to me about.
I'm going to comment on this one. This UFOs? Came across. I did myself the favor of not reading this because I just want to assume it means aliens are real and that UFOs are real. And that's it. So apparently there's some information coming out. Again, I didn't read. I did the correct thing, which is I jumped to enormous conclusions based on very few words in something I saw in a post that I couldn't verify was real, but this seemed like a reputable news source. So I'm just assuming that what I know is right. And I'm here to make the announcement to the world. You're hearing it first here on Week's End. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. I know billions of you around the planet are tuned in.
Okay, go ahead.
Aliens are real.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm just gonna close this article, and I'm going with your statement because as soon as I start reading the names that are in this article, it makes me lose faith.
You don't need facts, and just keep moving.
All right. Well, speaking of facts,
I like this.
Here's a fact for you. Did you know that the Soviet Union actually has a fleet of Transformers?
More than meets the eye. So if you scroll down, go to some of the other ones here. I love General Secretary Prime.
Yes. Nice.
That one killed me. Yeah, there you go. General Secretary Prime. Comrade Soundwave.
Oh, nice.
Captain Prowl of the militia.
Oh, academic Preceptor.
Preceptor. Look at this, Commander Starscream.
I like the Starscream. Got a bit of a MiG action there.
Told Megatronov. Comrade Bumblebee.
Oh my gosh. This is
Omega
brilliant.
Supreme.
I love it.
Oh god, these were so good. There's so many good ones. It just goes on and on. It's so creative. Like, what a great way. And then everybody's sort of like debating, like, well, I think this would have been a Transformer, and look at this. Look at this screw wheel vehicle.
How could this not be a Transformer? It's got to be.
It's got to be. Look at that. These are all desperate to be Transformers.
You know what it is, Graham? It's science. Okay.
Science. It's science. It's real.
Dude, that is awesome.
Real.
That is awesome.
You're hearing it first.
We could make. I think we could make the whole show just dissecting each of the designs here.
Yes, maybe. I think we should dissect them. I agree.
Dissect them. That's a new word I made up. Okay. What the heck is with this Star Trek crap, man? You know this show is about Star Wars, right?
Okay. So first of all, you shut your potato hole. Second of all of life. So, folks, aliens are real. Transformers exist. And
are you telling me that holodecks are real?
Dude, all of life is nothing but an elaborate simulation. I don't even know if you're real. You don't even know if I'm real. But this was found in a place, presumably in the world.
In the world, right?
And clearly that is a holodeck interface that this guy found. So I'm just saying, holodecks are real. So computer.
Well, and here's how I know it's real, right?
End program.
Well, not only does it have.
Just happened. Wait, no, I just covered the camera. My program didn't end.
My whole thing is, he says I have good news and bad news. I don't understand the bad news here, man. This looks a lot better than my home office. That's all I'm saying.
So the good news is he found the interface. The bad news is it's in an inconvenient spot. I don't know.
Okay. I can see that.
But that's it. That's what I got for you.
Man. Okay. This one. Oh my
I love
God.
this. So the trick to this one is the sound.
Yeah.
But to me, this is the greatest video ever created. It's created by the Washington Post TikTok guy.
Yep.
Who
Can you hear
presumably
it?
has a real name. No, but
Nope. All right.
we'll share the link on Twitter. You have to watch this video. I have only watched it about 55, maybe 65 times. My poor family's had to see it a bunch of times. I was singing it. I look at that face.
Well, you know what I was
How can
trying
you
to
not
do?
love that face?
Here's the so while you were out on vacation, I was watching this at least 50 times, and I got the grand idea that I could replicate something like this with Banjo. It did not go as planned. Banjo is not what we call he's cute, and we managed to capture random pictures for Instagram, but he's not a stage dog. He's not a show dog.
I love Banjo. He's so cute.
Not at all.
My dog got groomed this week, and he was such a mess from being in quarantine for so long that they had to do it in 2 stages. So we had to bring him home for a day or two, and he looked horrible. And my kids were calling him a what are they calling him? Poodle monkey.
Nice. So this guy, I wanted to give a shout out to Dave here. So his
So
new
good. This guy's
title
so good.
is Washington Post TikTok guy. But so Dave was actually, here's my Kevin Bacon degrees of separation thing. He was a part of that digital marketing conference, social media marketing conference a couple months back with Social Fresh. So he was there talking about some of the ways that he builds some best practices around building some of these TikToks. But the one that I saw that I wanted to see was one that he just put out around the awards for worst year ever. Did you see that one?
No.
Okay, here you go. So go check out Congrats 2020. And it's essentially an award show for the worst year ever.
I will definitely check that out. How does this guy only have 51,000 followers? He should have
everyone should be following this guy.
2.8 million. Like, I can't believe that's all he has. I'm stunned. The dog video alone warrants 1 billion followers.
Yeah.
I mean, Taylor Swift, give me a break. TikTok guy.
But look at this. 2020 beat out 1943, 1349, 1918, which is, I think that remains to be seen, and 390. So I 2020 is really like, yeah.
I like how 1918 looks sneaky. Like, I'm going to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Going to kill you. That's good stuff right there. I love it.
With a smile. Let's talk about circles for a minute.
Social circles. Look at Randy. Look at Casey.
I know, right?
Gavin.
It just makes me happy seeing all the faces in the one place, kind of.
Love it. There's so many cool people that I get to interact with. I don't know why Sarah's on like the outside ring though.
I don't know either because
that doesn't all make sense. There's
Bill and Ted over here. I'm gonna flip over to mine and look. Sarah and I are like besties, man. I don't know what she did.
Unacceptable. This is going to be my rant. I might have to bust into a rant here. So this whole thing actually frustrated me.
Yeah,
Ryan, this isn't my rant of the week. It's just
a
side rant.
You're allowed more than one rant.
I don't think this. I think this thing just looks at a very limited time.
Yes.
It's not looking at like mine is accurate for like the last couple of weeks or maybe a month, but it's not accurate for my overall social picture. Like Social Fresh is showing up on your inner circle because you just did that.
Right. Exactly. Well, but you're right. And I have a lot of brands in here that I don't interact with. It's just random content that because I'm constantly sharing content just like you and making commentary. So it's kind of, it needs some work for sure. But I think it's a cool idea. It's a great idea.
I'll tell you what, it's a good conversation starter.
Yes, that's what it is. And that is what you see people doing. So people are posting out all the tagging of the entire circle just to give a shout out to people. And I think that's nice, right? You need that on a Friday afternoon.
Oh, hey, look at that. There's Jake Tapper. Who did Jake Tapper retweet today? This guy.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
It's true. Jake Tapper retweeted me. Go check it out.
You mean the Jake Tapper as in...
No, go to Jake Tapper's page, not mine.
Oh, my bad. Let me see here.
I'm going to prove it. All
right, Jake Tapper, where you at?
You have to do a little scrolling. Go and find it.
All right.
Jake, there he is. There's Jake T's.
Yep.
Or J Taps, as we call him. Those of us who are his best friend.
Right.
Going.
Okay. Scrolling.
Jake is like me. Oh,
nice. There we go.
There it is. There's my boy.
Let's zoom in here. So tell me about this. What's going on here?
So, on today in 1945, the USS Underhill, which was a destroyer in the United States Navy, was sunk by a Japanese Kai-10 torpedo. Now, a Kai-10 torpedo is actually like a kamikaze airplane under the water, right? It's actually a manned torpedo.
Wow.
And she took 112 brave sailors down to the bottom of the Pacific with her, including Radio Man Third Class George Frederick Toomey, who is one of the 12 people that I researched for my World War II project. Yeah. And so to celebrate recognize, I think is a better term, the 75th anniversary of the sinking of the Underhill, I put that tweet out today, and Jake was nice enough to share it. And that's awesome. What you're seeing here is that was George's story. So actually, if you go back to the tweet for a second and you scroll down a little bit, go into, there you go, click that picture. And this is a photograph we found, and right in the middle there, right smack in the middle, the kid wearing that tank top there, that is George Frederick Toomey at YMCA Camp Dakota in 1936. Wow. And there's the hero himself. So it's a really powerful story. Highly recommend you check it out. I'm not just bragging about Jake, about J Taps. I'm actually really proud of this research.
No, that is
what's really interesting, I've actually got this asset right here. You don't have to zoom in on me, but this is the flag that was given to George's family when they were notified that he had been lost at sea. So I got some cool assets from that project.
Well, I think it's important.
There you go. That's why I got
I do think you deserve that. You and your team deserve a lot of credit for this project, and so I love to tell people about it, and I think it's great work. And I also just want to remind anyone who's watching that we really did a deep dive into the project a few episodes ago. So go check that out if you want to learn more.
Appreciate that. Thanks, partner.
Yeah.
What's next?
All righty. Well, that warms your heart. I mean, that just seeing recognition, and I know that means a lot to the family.
It does.
So, what do we got? We're moving fast, buddy.
I know, it's good. We're normally like droning on. This is great.
So,
you know why? Because you got the
Golden
Girl power today. That's what it is.
You're the only thing. You're the only thing between like me and the bar at this point. I think so. One thing we want to talk about. Speaking of the bar, by the way, I want to give a shout out. So I know you know this, Graham, but for all of those people watching at home, I'm obsessed with mango flavored things now. That's one of my work from home life. I don't know. Life habits. I am now drinking mango beer, apparently. So this is a mango 3C IPA.
You mean like flavored, or it's like made from?
It actually is
mangoes?
It's a 6.2% India Pale Ale with mango added, real live mangoes. So
they actually go to a mango farm, kill the mangoes.
This is how I rationalize this, is that I'm normally drinking the Mango Loco Monster Energy drinks every day to get me going, because I'm not a coffee drinker.
We all.
Right. But I figure this is like a health product, right? I mean,
I couldn't agree more.
This is like part of my diet now. But I wanted to give a shout out because I'm big into North Carolina breweries, and this is Triple C in Charlotte, North Carolina. So shout out.
I like it. Alrighty.
So the next story.
You like it a mango?
Is
What do you got?
golf
What's next?
related? Kind of. Caddyshack turns 40.
Oh yeah, so we got that going for us,
Yeah.
which is nice. So actually, I read a really interesting story today about the making of Caddyshack 2, which is arguably one of the worst sequels ever produced in history, and what a total disaster that was. And what I didn't know, because I am an Caddyshack aficionado, I know all the lines, trivia, all about the production of the movie. I absolutely love that film, and I mean it's classic. But what I didn't know is that Harold Ramis and Rodney Dangerfield had actually originally teamed up to write the second movie, which, by the way, if you've never seen it, you actually should see it because it's so unbelievably bad that you can't believe it actually got made. But what it's a good example of is a studio saying, "Hey, we had a hit.
Right.
We're gonna make another one." So they bring people in. It becomes such a disaster that all the people responsible for the success of the first one leave. But at that point, it's too late. The studio has to continue. So they put something out. And it's just shockingly bad. So I highly recommend a viewing not only of Caddyshack, which is a fantastic and fun film for most of the family, but Caddyshack 2, which is stunningly horrible.
Maybe there's
including
a different...
Dan Aykroyd doing a really bizarre, like really weird voice.
Maybe there's a different thing here though, because I know Caddyshack 2 is bad. I don't know that I've ever seen Caddyshack 2 though, so maybe it needs to be on my list.
I think it should be on your list. I mean, just to see how like shitty a sequel can be. I mean, it's like
but here's what I'm getting at. What if you paired shitty sequels together, like Teen Wolf 2?
Oh.
Or, what was I thinking of? Oh, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation 2.
There's a Christmas Vacation 2?
Yes, and it is one of the most... I think it might... Here's the challenge. We need to... If you haven't seen that and I haven't seen Caddyshack 2, we need to challenge head-to-head, because I would bet you $50 here and now that it's worse than Caddyshack 2. So if you're willing to take that bet, I think we can do this.
Got it.
But here's the thing.
Wow.
This is just like what you said with Caddyshack 2. Here's what they chose. They basically said Randy Quaid is really like the breakout star of that film. They're like, let's just make a movie about him.
Want to know something really weird?
And then he's drunk throughout the whole thing, apparently, in real life. And it is a unbelievable train wreck.
So the best scene, really the only good scene in Caddyshack 2, is with Randy Quaid.
So there's symmetry here. All right,
this is symmetry. Okay.
This is an experiment
challenge accepted.
We can get behind, okay?
Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted.
So I think what is it? Hashtag shitty sequel. Something, I don't know. We'll figure that out later.
We'll figure that out.
All right. So
Debate
something else. You said that you had watched The Boys, right? We were going to talk about The Boys.
I did. So I finally got a chance to view season 1 of The Boys on Amazon Prime Video. If you have not seen this series, folks, do yourself a favor. This shit is dark. Dude, it is crazy.
Super crazy dark.
I thought it was going to be like...
it does not pull punches.
I don't even know. I wouldn't even know what I thought it was going to be like. I don't know if I thought it was going to be like Logan or Hancock or like... I didn't know.
Here's my question, though. Here's my question to you.
I couldn't believe it.
I loved it, and it's based on a Garth Ennis comic, which if you haven't read that, go find it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It is based on a real comic book, and the comic book series is freaking phenomenal. The question is, though, the comic book series is, it's got the same vibe. It's dark as hell. It's got all those elements, but I just don't know I don't know where they're going to go with the second season, because it's like the gimmick has been revealed. Theory? Sure.
I can give you my theory now.
All right.
For those of you, the billions of people who tune in every week to see this show.
Right.
If you haven't seen The Boys,
go
do something else.
Right.
Because I'm going to spoil it. So
you should be watching The Boys instead of the show. Right.
Yeah. What are you doing watching two dudes in their pajamas? It's my theory is that they're gonna. So you know how they've got the what's the drug called? Compound V.
Right.
If they can make a Compound V that makes superheroes, I think they're going to make an anti-Compound V that cures them. So I think the second season is, yes, there's going to be, the villains and all kinds of fights and Billy going after the superheroes. But here's the other thing I think is that I thought it was really weird that Billy Butcher's wife was in like a normal looking suburban home and Homelander was able to take him there. Like there were a lot of things about that ending scene where I was like, what? Like she wasn't in some government facility somewhere. So the other thought is that she's a super that can create supers.
Right.
Remember they said, I didn't think we could have kids. And they have to inject these babies. Yet so she had this thing with Homelander, then she has Homelander's kid, and like, what's up with that? So none of that adds up. It's all crazy. Apparently, Compound V doesn't work after a while because look what's going on with A-Train. A-Train has to keep like jacking himself up on it, and so did Pop Claws there.
Yep.
So I don't know, man. I love.
So we're gonna have some like super comic nerds that have actually read the book that need to come and we don't want to spoil it. So here's what I'm doing. I don't want to spoil it.
I just want to guess.
I am not going to go read the book again because I'm treating this a bit like I did with Walking Dead. Excuse me.
Yeah, but they go off the rails with some of these things anyway. They don't follow it perfectly.
You're right.
But yeah, so
I'm excited for it. And I guess the breaking news is that they've been putting out like new trailers for season 2 like crazy, and it's coming out fairly soon. But they already greenlit season 3, I guess.
Great news, season 3. So yeah, season 2 comes out in a couple of weeks, and season 3 has been greenlit. I don't know how long it'll take them to produce it. But,
okay, I got to tell you something here. So I've run out of things to watch, and so I've started watching old shows again. And it's kind of cool. I don't know if your kids do this, but my kids are like discovering some old comedy. Like my son watched The Office all the way through. He watched
my kids are doing the same thing.
He watched Parks and Recs all the way through.
Yeah.
I'm watching. So I started watching Community again after I saw them do their table read.
Literally what Connor's doing.
And it's just like blowing my mind all over again. And it was great to hear when the actors did their table read, they were talking about how they're watching it with their kids now. And they're like thinking about how crazy that time was making the show. But the news that I wanted to talk about is like, one of the breakout stars, of course, of this show was Donald Glover, and he plays this guy named Lando on some movie series.
I've heard about this.
And he wears capes and stuff. And I heard
so
that
the rumor is Disney Plus is doing a standalone show with Donald Glover as Lando. Now, what we don't know is is he going to be like a Rod Serling character where he's telling stories and then it's like an anthology series?
That would be cool.
You see these stories, or is it a show about Lando? The way it's being talked about, it seems more like it's a thing like, Amazing Star Wars stories and with your host, Lando Calrissian, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right. But we'll have to see. I
would like that.
About that though.
I would
like that.
I hope that Disney and the crew that's associated with Star Wars I would like to see the different series be their own thing. I think that's a good thing. They need to experiment with this streaming service because otherwise it's just you're watching mini movies. And I love The Mandalorian, don't get me wrong, but I don't think that you can't replicate that with every series and it's automatic success.
Yeah, I agree. What's next?
Alrighty, let's talk about
moving through it, bro.
Well,
moving through it.
You put something about an account. Hang on.
Whatever this is called, light cycle, moving through the grid, nice and quick. At 34 minutes.
Yeah. Hang on.
Who cares?
So you're talking about
our time down here. Down here, it's our time.
Hang on.
I think I just gooted you. Sorry.
I gotta put this tweet up on the screen here. Hang on.
Okay.
So you're talking about the RAF for some reason? Hang on. What is this thing?
Oh my God. Okay, folks, you gotta follow at RAF underscore Luton. I don't know. Click on their thing and start scrolling through. This account is so fantastic. So first of all, what's fun about it is everybody believed it was a legitimate Royal Air Force base that was tweeting because it looks like it is.
Yep.
But it's not. They're trolling, and it's so well done. If you scroll down, they list like scroll down to where you see the SR-71 Blackbird.
Oh man,
look at that. So I love this. Apologies to all those stuck in the queue on the M25. One of our B-2 stealth warplanes had to make an emergency landing. It is currently being towed back to RAF. And then I love it how it says hashtag, yes, we know you can see it. Hashtag cloaking device turned off. So here's what's funny. All of their tweets are like this. Clearly that's a Blackbird. And
right.
So what happens is everybody tries to correct them. They're like, that's not a Blackbird and that's not a Spitfire and you've got this wrong and that wrong. And they know it. So they play into the fact that they're messing with people. Like, what's this one? So the B-2 stealth fighter, that's not a B-2 stealth fight. Like there is no
hiding. Nice. Okay.
So the whole thing is, and they pump this stuff out, and it's so well done.
Well, all of these examples that we just scrolled through are from the last 12 hours.
Exactly. These people pump this shit out. It's amazing.
That's crazy.
Every single one of them is like, spit your coffee funny. Fact of the day. What does this say?
Well,
go back up. Hold on. Let me see that one. Go back up. Fact of the day, the famous Ghostbusters Lancasters could fly at a maximum altitude of 50 feet, but generally flew everywhere at an altitude of 15 feet to avoid radar.
So I'm going to challenge you on something. I will probably spend hours and hours looking at this weekend. I don't know if this humor's for everybody. This is like... It is hilarious to me.
That's fair.
And I love military aviation stuff. You know,
dude, you are gonna love this account. So definitely tweet, send me, DM me, or text me some of your favorites because some of them are just hilarious.
They are nice.
Hover fighter,
nice.
Helijet rotor boat.
Well, if you're gonna spend that kind of money on an advanced fighter, it better hover.
It better.
All right. I think we only got a couple of things left here, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. Great. What do we got? I think. Yeah, because these pajamas ain't going to bed on their own, baby. Let's go.
I think the only thing we have left is there some new Bill and Ted 3 news?
What? Bill and
or is this like a time machine? Because we talked about Bill, the latest trailer on the last show.
So bring up the latest trailer. If you go to Bill and you can find them on, I think it's at Bill and Ted 3 on Twitter, or just go to Ed Solomon. You can find him. It's not hard. Or at Winter for Alex Winter, who plays Bill. But yeah. So Bill and Ted Face the Music. Two great things happened this week. First of all, they released a full-length trailer, which is just so much fun to see, right? It's so great to see it, and all the characters are in it. Bill, Ted, their kids, the wives, Ted's father, Death. There's William Sattler himself playing Death. But here's what's great about this. They're releasing it in theaters and on demand on September 1st, I think it is. And that is just so... Look! There's the father! And the Circuits of Time. And it just, the whole thing... Look, dude, it's going to be fun. I just think it's going to be fun. I don't even care if it's like, it doesn't stand up to the first movie. Like, I don't care about that.
I think that's not the point, right?
I'm just excited to see Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves as Bill and Ted having fun together, making a movie, and you can tell they put a lot of effort into it. Ed Solomon is a brilliant writer, put a lot of fun into this. And it wasn't just those guys. I mean, there's a lot of people that worked on this. But they've got a heavy-hitting cast, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm excited to spend a couple hours with my old friends, Bill and Ted.
Heck yeah. Well, you know what? You could spend some time maybe with this friend because that is the week of my birthday. I'm just saying. Watch party. Maybe.
You want to see what I'm getting you for your birthday?
I got to figure out, like, I need some ideas for virtual birthday parties because I really am not good at event planning. But I work with a guy named John who does that for a living.
That I'm very good at that. Let me show you what I'm getting you for your birthday here. I'll share my screen now. No, I don't want to do that. Can't I just, whatever.
Yeah, you can do it. I think I had to remove mine so you can add yours. Bump, 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 bump. Let's give a shout out to StreamYard while you're doing this because they've added a lot of cool new features in the last couple of weeks.
This is what I'm getting you for your birthday.
Ooh.
Because you always talk about rocket-powered roller skates.
Yeah. Well, you know.
That's what I'm getting you for your birthday. So.
Well, I always saw myself as being like the Wile E. Coyote type, and I always wanted to be the Roadrunner.
You are.
I wanted to be the Roadrunner.
I'm a little bit more Bugs Bunny. You're a little bit more Roadrunner. Maybe Wile E. Coyote. No matter what, it sometimes feels like we both work for Acme, baby. So.
There you go.
Well, this was fun.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, I know this is a late stream, and I think normally we would top out around 10,000 viewers, but it appears that everyone is at their virtual happy hour and just couldn't be with us today. So
that's fine. 10,000, easily 10,000.
You know, we know how it is, and so I hope you have a good happy hour tonight, my friend.
You too, buddy.
I'm headed back to the kitchen or the bathroom or wherever the bar is this week. And we'll talk soon.
All right, cool.
Play it out, baby.
Thanks.